Have you ever met someone whose laughter could fill a room, but whose eyes told another story? How many smiles have we seen that were really shields? We live in a world that teaches us to hide our pain behind filters, jokes, and polite, "I'm fine." But what if the loudest laughter comes from the loneliest hearts? This is not a story about fame. It's a story about the quiet war behind the curtain, about a man who gave the world laughter while quietly drowning in silence. Be kind, because everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. And that's where his story begins.
Before we begin, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more powerful stories. Before the world knew his name, he was just a lonely boy with a loud imagination. He found comfort in voices, imitating, inventing, transforming. He made people laugh because he was afraid of silence. His name was Robin Williams, a boy who learned that joy could be both a weapon and a shield. Comedy is acting out optimism, he would later say. He made laughter his armor, but even armor grows heavy when worn for too long. He taught us the first truth, that sometimes the ones who make us laugh are fighting to stop themselves from crying. And with that laughter came a storm.
He was unstoppable, a storm of wit, energy, and electricity. Audiences gasped, not just at his humor, but at how alive he seemed. Yet between the laughter and the spotlight, there were moments no one saw. Moments when the storm turned inward. He said, "I used to think the worst thing in life was to end up alone. It's not. The worst thing is to end up with people who make you feel alone." The laughter of millions couldn't silence the echo in his own heart. From the storm, we learn the second truth, that energy can dazzle the world, but it cannot fill an empty soul. And yet, even in that chaos, he began to heal others. He found his true stage, not in theaters or studios, but in hospital rooms. There, laughter wasn't entertainment. It was medicine. He would kneel beside sick children, look them in the eyes, and remind them what joy felt like. "You're only given one little spark of madness," he said. "You mustn't lose it." He used that spark not to shine for himself, but to light others. And from this chapter we learn that kindness isn't what you give when you're happy. It's what you give when you're breaking, yet still choose to care. Because behind every act of kindness lies a quiet need to heal.
He taught us how to live, how to feel. He wasn't just playing a role. He was speaking from truth. He believed every moment mattered. "Carpe diem," he said. "Seize the day." And millions did. He reminded us that beauty isn't in perfection, it's in presence. That poetry isn't words, it's how we live, how we love, how we leave a mark. And so, the lesson continues. Great teachers don't just teach minds, they awaken hearts. But awakening others can leave you empty. He gave everything to the world, but forgot to save a little for himself. His mind, once a symphony of voices, grew quieter, darker. He battled addiction
anxiety, and depression, demons that don't fear applause. Fame brought him love from millions, but peace from none. And so we learn another truth, that sometimes the world's brightest light is fighting the darkest night. But even in pain, he chose kindness. He was chaos on stage and peace in person. He treated everyone, from actors to janitors, as equals. He believed the smallest gesture could save a day. Kindness was his rebellion against a world that often forgot how to care. The gentle warrior fights not with fists, but with empathy. And that was Robin's quiet revolution. But every warrior eventually grows tired. The laughter stopped, and the world fell silent. People cried in every language, not just for the man who made them laugh, but for the light they didn't know was fading. He taught us one final lesson, that even those who bring joy can be broken by loneliness. So check on your strong friends, because their smiles might be holding back storms. He may be gone, but his laughter still heals. In every child who dreams, and every lonely soul who finds comfort in his words, he lives on. Art never dies. It transforms into legacy. And through that legacy, we remember that the sound of laughter is sometimes the sound of survival. Kindness doesn't need an audience. It only needs courage. He showed us that a kind word can stop despair, that a small act can change a life. He made the world laugh, but more importantly, he made it feel. Be kind, not because it's easy, but because you understand how hard it can be to live. He called it the spark of madness, that strange, divine gift that made him different. He warned us never to lose it, because in that madness lives beauty, passion, and art. You're only given one little spark of madness. You mustn't lose it. And he never did. He left quietly, as gentle souls often do. But in that silence, he left behind echoes of laughter, words of kindness, and a legacy of empathy. Sometimes goodbye is not the end. It's the beginning of remembrance. His laughter became our medicine. His kindness became our reminder. And his pain became our lesson. Life isn't about being perfect. It's about being present, being kind, and being human. Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Be kind, always.